Hi, I am Vishal Jhanji. This documentary film is based on one trekking expedition undertaken in Himalayan mountain known by the name of Stok Kangri. Stok Kangri is the tallest mountain in the Stok region of Ladakh in India, towering in excess of 20,000 feet. I was part of this expedition during August 2012 before the onset of winters. Yes, just to escape the harsh weather conditions. Now let me walk you through this journey completed over 6 days. Initially I was inclined to take up the road journey to Leh, but just 1 week before the journey I decided to fly from New Delhi to Leh. In the bargain, I saved 2 precious days. Ladakh is a land of high passes, bounded by the Karakoram and the mighty Himalayas. It is often called the Little Tibet because of its topographical and cultural similarities with the neighboring Tibet. The rugged and arid Ladakh mountainscape has been the subject of many photographers and destination of the world-class mountaineers. Europeans flock to Ladakh to experience a diverse mountain culture and of course an opportunity to climb the tall mountains. In India, the hiking and trekking culture is still underdeveloped. It has been slowly catching up with the younger generation lately. Oops, it's pretty cold here. I have transported myself from 400 feet above sea level to 11,500 feet in less than 2 hours. Oof, I guess some people are still not feeling the chill and still enjoying the warmth of the plains. Bad news is that my CDMA cell phone is not working here. No network at all. Now I cannot contact my host. Now let's hope that somebody is there to receive me at the airport. Oof, let's wait and watch. Local Ladakhi named Stanzin came to receive me at the airport. According to him, only BSNL and Airtel mobile operators work in Ladakh. It's drizzling right now, but let me tell you that Ladakh comes under the rain shadow area. Rain shadow area is defined as a leeward side of the mountain where clouds cannot reach. So Ladakh is on the leeward side of the mountain, and that explains the minimal vegetation in Ladakh. I'm almost at my hotel. Now time to catch up with some sleep. Oh yes, I'm awake since 3 in the morning and it's just 7 am. After 4 hours of restlessness in my bed, I decided to roam around the lake. I tried to get some sleep, but shallow breathing made it really hard. That's why I thought of moving around the lake. I was already warned by my trek guide about the uneasiness on the first day because of low pressure of oxygen. Oh yes, I have left the oxygen far below at 400 feet, and that's going to be really uneasy for a couple of days before my body acclimatizes. It is really good out here. The Leh Bazaar is set up real nice and cozy. Beautiful setup with fresh fruits and veggies. Oh yes, people of Leh are also lovely and beautiful. This is the supermarket of Leh. Here one can get almost all the trekking gear required for the trek. We cracked some real good deals here. Well, hard bargaining is the mantra to be followed here. Oh yes, we saved some real good money for the trek here. Today is the second day of the trek and we are going to the Khardungla Pass. Khardungla Pass is an high altitude pass and it is more famous for being the highest motorable road in the world. Now, well, many people may disagree with me on this point because there are already two more higher passes than Khardungla. But before we resolve the puzzle of higher passes, it is more important here to know that why are we going to Khardungla in first place? Okay, as Khardungla is at an high altitude, therefore it has lower pressure of oxygen, and these conditions will benefit us for faster acclimatization for the Stok Kangri trek. Now technically this activity is known as height gaining activity. Well, now we can talk about the height of Khardungla. According to the modern GPS systems, Khardungla's height is 17,582 feet above the mean sea level, whereas the claimed height is 18,380 feet. Now there lies a difference of around 800 feet between the claimed height and the actual height. Now if we talk about the other two higher passes which are in Tibet, the highest one, Simula, is at an altitude of 18,258 feet, and the second one, Sugela, at the height of 17,018 feet. Now, according to these statistics, Khardungla comes in the third place. But if we look from the point of popularity and tourism, then definitely Khardungla would top the charts. All the roads in this region are maintained by BRO. BRO means Border Roads Organization. This is the Khardungla Pass. Khardungla was made ready during the 70s, but because of security reasons it was opened for tourism only in the late 80s. Yes, rest of the Ladakh was also opened during the same time. Before 80s it was open only for the local Ladakhis, Kashmiris and of course the defense personnel. This road further leads to the Nubra Valley and Siachen Glacier. Now let me introduce you to my team members.
Deep Jakar. And he's our main guide for the Stok Kangri trek. ये हमें ले जाएंगे स्टोक कांगरी तक. Thank you, Sandeep.
Today my partner Prasad and myself has decided to climb the Leh Palace and Gompa Monastery. This climb will serve us a dual purpose. One, it will help us in quick acclimatization and a good warm-up to our limbs for the trek, which would be starting tomorrow. Leh Palace is behind me. It was a good height getting exercise. Great. Today we are heading towards the Stok village, which is the starting point of the trek. Stok village is roughly 25 kilometers from Leh. Its altitude does not vary much from Leh. It is almost at the same altitude. I will be joined by all the members of my expedition at the Stok village. We will start after the trek briefing by our trek leader Sandeep.
किसी भी कैंप साइट पे पहुंचने के बाद दिन में सोना नहीं है. इसके दो रीज़न है. मेनली अगर दिन में सो गए तो रात को वैसी नींद नहीं आती. माउंटेन्स में इंटरवल स्लीपिंग सबको होगी. ऐसा लगेगा कि यार मैं सो नहीं पाया हूँ रात भर, और थोड़ी देर में नींद आएगी, आँख खुल जाएगी, नींद आएगी, आँख खुल जाएगी. वो नॉर्मल है. उसके अलावा किसी को हेडेक होता है, पेट में दर्द होता है, हाथ में दर्द होता है, कुछ भी दिक्कत होती है, प्लीज़ लेट अस नो. मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, काशी यहाँ पे है, स्टेंजन यहाँ पे है. ठीक है, हम में से किसी को भी आप किसी वक्त काशी काशी हाँ उनको थोड़ा ऊपर है पर चलना चाहिए. काशी हु स्टैंड He's Tashi. He's Tenzin. मुझे तो आप जानते ही हो सर।
Almost changing.
ठीक है, ओके, हो गया?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go to Stok Kangri.
Good, good.
All the best.
Yes, all the best.
Thank you.
वो वहाँ पे हाँ आ रहा है आ रहा है
Now we are heading towards a place called Mankorma. Mankorma would be our first campsite. And yes, we would be spending today's night at Mankorma campsite. We are total 12 members for the trek other than the support staff of the adventure organizers Trek the Himalayas. We all hail from different parts of the country and didn't know each other at all before meeting here. Our track leader Sandeep had emphasized in his briefing that we should reach Changma as early as possible. Now Changma is one milestone on the way to Mankorma, and the reason for this quickness is the Stok River. Water levels of Stok River would rise with the rising sun, and then it would be Herculean task to cross it. So we need to cross its path before the sun is at its brightest. Trekkers with poor acclimatization chooses Changma as their first campsite. As most of us has already spent 3 days in Leh, so we need not to halt at Changma and would be camping at Mankorma. There is not much water in the river at present, and that means sun is not yet shining hard on the snow caps. Else, we would have definitely exhibited our swimming skills. This is Changma campsite. It took us 3 hours to reach here, and this long ordeal definitely needs a lunch break. Now we have 40 minutes of break before we continue our journey to Mankorma. Finally, we are at the Mankorma campsite. Little over 5 hours in total to reach here.
ये है अपनी पहली कैंप साइट है ठीक है ये रेडी होने में थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा
Oh yes, we would be spending today night in these tents. Now let me introduce my rest of the team members.
मैं हूँ दीपक अग्रवाल, कलकत्ता से आया हूँ। हाय, आई एम आदर्श चलान, मैं बेंगलुरु से हूँ।
I am Prerna, my husband Kedar. Hi. Both of us are from Pune.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Rishikesh, aka Chiku. I'm from Calcutta.
My name is Priyesh Desai. I'm from Bombay.
This is Atul Jadhav from Navi Mumbai. Hi, my name is Madhav Bevur. I'm from Mumbai.
I had a disturbed sleep last night, and this is very normal phenomenon in the higher altitudes. Raindrops falling on our tents is making the tick-tick sound since the early dawn, and this sounds like a music to my ears.
Good morning.
Hi.
क्या चल रहा है?
Morning.
बारिश हो रही है खूब बाहर.
बारिश हो रही है
खूब.
स्नोफॉल हुई क्या
स्नोफॉल नहीं हुई.
क्या सीन है कितने बजे निकलेंगे हम लोग
और 2 घंटे में निकलना चाहिए.
ऑल द बेस्ट
All the best.
शो ना समिट वमिट गए वो मैं दिखा नहीं हूँ कहीं लोग कहेंगे बड़ा बोलता था तू I hope you're not filming.
Today's news is that Deepak, Vivian, Chiku, Pritesh and Adarsh are not going any further with us. Now they will head back to the Stok village. I feel sorry to say, but their very first expedition is over. They are overwhelmed by the higher altitude mountain sickness and needs to return to Leh. I am at the Stok Kangri base camp. It took me 2 hours 30 minutes to climb this 2500 feet from Mankorma to the base camp. My moment of arrival here was greeted with big snowflakes, and that made the visibility very poor. Of course, the view was absolutely stunning, but I did not dare to take out my camera from the covers. The altitude of base camp is recorded as 16,500 feet, that is 5,000 meters. Now this is just 1,200 feet less than the base camp of Mount Everest, which is located at the height of 17,700 feet. Lots of trekking groups have pitched their tents here. And yes, even our tent would be around here. Oh, I can see one group is winding up to go back. Well, this is a good chance to know from them about the conditions up there.
Hi. Thank you very much.
Congrats.
You go tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. We just came. So.
Today only we came from.
You put another camp?
Oh, this group actually. Yeah, group. So how was it? Is it difficult? Oh, there's snow. There's a lot of snow falling.
There are many snow today.
You did it, summit. Congrats.
I'm congratulating all the summit climbers, thinking of it as a good omen for myself. Yes.
Huh?
Okay.
Bravo.
Congrats.
Today is the final test of our physical and mental abilities. That is the summit day. Today we would know if we are really prepared well for the summit challenge. I personally feel that just being physically fit is not enough. One also needs to be mentally tough. Because such high altitude expeditions often experience dropouts despite being physically fit to climb. Of course, precaution is very important as life is very precious to be risked. One can always come back to the mountains as they will never leave. Process of selecting the crampons and wearing them is on. Crampons are useful for walking on the snow, especially the hard snow. Crampons also allow for a firm grip on the hard snow as well as on the rocks.
कैसा लग रहा है ताशी?
ये है ताशी हमारे साथ आज जा रहे हैं। हम आज शाम को निकल रहे हैं फाइनल असेंट के लिए। ताशी आप कितनी बार जा चुके हो? 3 बार जा चुके हैं। वेरी एक्सपीरियंस्ड एडवांस्ड माउंटेनियरिंग कोर्स करके आए हुए हैं ताशी। वेरी नाइस गाय व्हाट आई नो। या सो वी होप टू डू इट टुडे राइट।
तो समिट अटेम्प्ट में हमारा हम लोग शुरू करेंगे 11:30 या 12 बजे रात। थर्मल्स आपके अंदर होंगे, ठीक है। थर्मल्स के ऊपर एक लेयर और होगी, टी शर्ट होगी, और ऊपर से आपका जो भी ट्रैक पैंट वगैरह है, प्लस विंड प्रूफ आपका होना चाहिए, और एक वार्म जैकेट, ग्लव्स। उसके अलावा वाटर बोटल्स आपको कैरी करनी है। एक टर्न अराउंड टाइम होता है, डिपेंड्स अपॉन वेदर। ज़रा सी भी दिक्कत हो, किसी को हेडेक हो रहा है, वॉमिटिंग की प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, कुछ भी हो रहा है, प्लीज़ लेट अस नो। और एक चीज़ और, वापस आने की कॉल, अगर किसी को रास्ते में तकलीफ होती है, दिक्कत होती है, वापस आने की कॉल एक ही बार होगी, ठीक है। और चलने की स्पीड एक नॉर्मल होगी। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप थोड़ा सा चलेंगे और बैठ जाएंगे। बैठने के बाद ठंडा ज़्यादा लगता है। अभी चलते रहेंगे, बॉडी भी वार्म रहेगी, ठीक है, और डिस्टेंस भी कवर करना है।
Summit attempt will be made only by 6 people because my group member Prerna has loud symptoms of AMS and that will hold her back at the base camp. It's 12:15 a.m. and it's time to leave for the final ascent. Visibility is poor inside the tent because of absolute darkness. I slept wearing 2 layers of clothing last evening because dressing up is like a project in this cold and harsh weather conditions. Temperature is almost 8 degrees Celsius below zero, and it will keep dropping further with the rising altitude. Sandeep is confirming with every trekker if they are feeling alright, because maybe some member is getting affected badly by the AMS. During such expeditions, sometimes people are hesitant to tell about their sufferings, and that can turn fatal if not taken care. I feel sorry to tell that 4 members of my team had to turn back to the base camp. Kedar and Atul had to turn back because of altitude mountain sickness getting worse, whereas Prasad and Sanchit fell short of turnaround time.
How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling lightheaded.
Lightheaded. That's first sign of AMS. Yo.
We wore crampons around 4 am because walking in the deep snow was becoming extremely challenging. We have spent more than 3 hours climbing this huge glacier, and this is the biggest hurdle before reaching the summit.
I hope I'm not doing very bad.
No, you are doing really great. You and mother.
Thank
You
you.
guys are doing great. It's altitude
Thanks.
only.
Altitude is what is taking our life.
Yeah. Not taking your life, taking your breath away.
Oh yes, AMS symptoms are definitely going to show up because we have gained this altitude in a very short time.
Hey, how are you? First of all, switch off your headlamp.
यार प्लेन चढ़ने वाला है, इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, इसको हम ऑफ कर रहे हैं।
Good.
और मेरे जूतों में क्रैम्पन्स लगे हुए हैं, इसकी
Great.
मदद से मैं यहाँ तक पहुँच पाया हूँ।
Good.
बस मेरी शक्ल से और मेरी सांसें आपको अंदाज़ा दे रही होंगी कि
बत्ती बंद है।
खूबसूरत कितना खूबसूरत पल है और इसको मैंने कितनी खूबसूरती से झेला है।
बत्ती बंद है।
बत्ती तो मैंने बंद कर दी है।
ये
नहीं बोल रहा है, शायद इसके पीछे जो बत्ती है वो भी बंद हो रही है।
अपनी बत्ती भी बंद है। हे माधव।
Oh wow.
Human body is not yet evolved to a level where it can resist extremely low temperatures with high speed wind chill and a very high altitude. Almost all the high altitude problems arise because of low pressure of oxygen in the air. As you go up higher with the rising altitude, the oxygen's atmospheric pressure also keeps dropping. You may be surprised to know that at 18,000 feet and above, humans can utilize only 50% oxygen in the air compared to the sea level. To counter such adverse conditions, body increases the production of red blood cells to supply enough nutrition to all the body parts.
अभी अपडेट ये है कि हम शायद 20,000 फुट तक पहुंच चुके हैं। ये इतना बड़ा ग्लेशियर है, बहुत सारे पहाड़ जो नीचे से ऊपर दिखाई देते थे अब ऊपर से नीचे दिखाई देते हैं। धूप निकल चुकी है, सुबह के 8 बज चुके हैं।
Now let us talk about some of the high altitude problems. AMS, that is acute mountain sickness, is experienced by most of the mountaineers. During AMS, one can experience insomnia, loss of appetite, and persistent headache. Oops, as per our track manager Sandeep, we are at least 30 minutes behind the turnaround time, so we need to move quickly and speed up. Yes, it's important to adhere to the timelines set by the experienced guides because at higher altitudes like this, weather can change in no time. The second in the list of high altitude conditions is haze, that is high altitude cerebral edema. During haze, the brain swells, memory fades out, and the sufferer cannot walk straight. It can be fatal if not attended urgently. The third condition is HAPE, high altitude pulmonary edema. HAPE is the severest of the conditions and is fatal in most of the cases. During HAPE, lungs gets filled with the water and oxygen is severely hampered to reach the vital organs of the body, especially the brain. This results in the sufferer behave like a mentally challenged one. Of course, the medical help is required urgently in such cases, but it only works if the sufferer is quickly shifted to the lower altitudes.
यहाँ तो ब्रेक बनती है.
It is getting extremely difficult to climb in these anaerobic conditions.
दो ब्रेक लेके चलो, कोई नहीं, लेकिन चलते रहो.
Now we have decided to take a break after every 20 steps for a maximum time of 30 seconds, and then we continue the ascent. Technically speaking, we are at an extreme altitude. Oh yes, any height above 18,000 feet is an extreme altitude, and we are in excess of 20,000 feet. Lower altitude between 12 to 18,000 feet would be known as very high altitude, whereas below this, that is between 8,000 to 12,000 feet, it would be called as just high altitude.
There you can see Vishal is coming slowly. He was tired, but still
6,000,
1,000.
25 meters.
Made it. Great. You made it, man. Great. 8:30. Great. Good. It's nice.
Har Har Mahadev.
Har Mahadev. Hi Vikram, how are you?
I'm good,
Thanks,
man.
And Chen is coming also. Hey Chen. Great, man.
Oh, this is another group here who have just made it to the top.
Good, okay. I'll take a brief interview. A brief interview of all. Go. Hey Madhav, how are you? ऐसे thank you होता है. Great. You made it, man. Thanks. Congrats. Hey Hans.
Hi.
How are you feeling, man?
Wow.
You are at proud. 6125. You are at 6125. Fine. Great. So how was the summit attempt today? Was it tiring?
It was
Torture.
exciting, tiring,
great.
and fearing even sometimes. Hey! Congratulations.
You have to force yourself. Here comes Tashi. Tashi, our climbing guide. अरे चेहरा दिखा.
Yes, documentaries.
So this is the one जिसने पूरा लीड किया आज इसको, और I believe कि सबको सपोर्ट करके लेके आया है. बस बोलता काम है थोड़ा. And here's Vishal. Hi Vishal.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great now.
So, how was it?
It was great. One moment I thought that I won't make it, but then I had some energy bars. Then I felt energetic. Came up. Thanks to Sandy.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Hey Madhav.
Thanks for guides, we made it there. Thanks to Sandeep and Tashi.
Half the battle won. Yeah.
Eat something
And
be focused for the way down.
yeah, Hans.
The only thing that we missed to celebrate is a Heineken beer.
Great.
We'll have lots to say when we go down.
Local people of Ladakh treat these mountains like angels, and that's the reason for writing their prayers on these colorful flags dedicated to the mountain god. Most of the casualties happen during the descent, so we have alerted ourselves well for the landing. Yahoo!